I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the downsides of living in Thailand long term as an expat. So first of all, let me just start this video by saying I'm not complaining about living in Thailand. I absolutely love living in Thailand, and there's nowhere else in the world where I would want to be. The purpose of me making this video is to give you my perception, my perspective of someone who's lived in Thailand for almost 10 years. In case you are thinking of moving to Thailand, or in case you've recently moved to Thailand, so that you can have the information to make an informed decision. Now, I can only really think of three main things that I dislike about living in Thailand. Number one is the smoky season. So every year for about 3 or 4 months, the smoke can be really, really bad in Thailand, particularly in northern Thailand, where I live in Chiang Mai and the surrounding areas. So the smoky season is where farmers will burn off all of their old dry crops. They do that in Thailand, as far as I know, and in surrounding countries as well, like Myanmar. And so the air will be filled with really, really thick smoke, and it is really disgusting. It's really unpleasant to go outside for, several months of the year. So usually the smoky season will last from around March, April, May. Right now it's February and the smoky season has already started. The AQI is starting to get quite bad already. So that is one of the major downsides for me living in Thailand, is the smoky season and the effects that has on my health. The second downside that I can think of living in Thailand as an expat is dealing with visas and immigration. So if you move to Thailand, you're going to have to think about what visa you're going to stay here on. So if you're working in Thailand, then you're going to have a work visa. Maybe you'll have a retirement visa, an education visa, a marriage visa. So whatever it is, you have to go to immigration every year and renew your visa and provide them lots of documents that show that you're eligible to stay another year. Now, this is just a really stressful process, and if you get something wrong, you don't have the right documents or whatever, you can have the risk of having your visa declined. And I have actually had my visa declined on 2 separate occasions. And that was when I was already married and had a child in Thailand. And so if you've got a family here especially, and your whole life is here, and you've run the risk of maybe not getting your visa extended for another year, that can be really, really stressful. So that is definitely one of the things that I dislike about living in Thailand. The third thing, which you might not even consider this so much a downside, but it is what it is. The third thing is that you will always be seen to some degree as an outsider. So it's quite difficult coming into Thailand as a foreigner and expecting to get integrated into Thai society. So if you don't speak the language and you don't understand the culture, you cannot really integrate into Thai society. You might have some Thai friends here and there, but to get really properly integrated is quite difficult in Thailand. So what can mitigate that is if you can really learn the language and get fluent in the language, then you can start to integrate yourself a little bit more into the culture. But you will always be considered, to some degree at least, an outsider. Now, you might not even consider that a downside. For me, it doesn't particularly bother me. I'm a very introverted person anyway, so I kind of don't mind being a little bit on the outside. But, it is what it is. So those are my thoughts on the downsides of living in Thailand. Now, again, I just want to say I absolutely love living in Thailand. And so for me, those downsides are far outweighed by the benefits of living here. And there's absolutely nowhere else that I would rather be. So it's worth it for me. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.